Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you want to get rid of whatever people are saying you? That is, you want to just get an exit route so that you do not find any difficulty in getting off the responsibility. Yes, I am talking about the blame game. It's that most of the people are playing this game, and when they are doing this, they are having a lot of situations where they will be not growing, and when they are not growing, they are decaying themselves. So I will be presenting this topic through a presentation which will help you to understand the hows and whys. So please do watch this video till the end to get the complete understanding of this topic, the psychology behind blaming. That is the why people play blame games. So here is my presentation. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe for regular updates on the videos related with self-improvement, and also like, share, and comment on this video. So here is my screen. So this is the secrets behind why people play blame games. So moving on, let's understand what is blame. What is blame? The definition, the understanding of blame is assigning responsibility for a fault or wrong which someone has done for themselves and then assigning them to someone else. This is the definition of blame. That is, you or someone else or me, whenever they are in a situation where they are in this context of blaming others, we are assigning responsibility for a fault or wrong on others. Are you relating with this definition? If so, then also comment your feedback below this video. Coming on to the next slide, this is why do we blame? Why do we blame others? The reason behind blaming others. The first is about taking quick escape route from guilt. That is, whenever a person is finding that he will be getting into the web of feeling guilt, he wants to just get rid out of it. And as soon as he finds that this is the way where he can get rid of this guilt, is to take a shortcut, which is the blame game, why people play. The second is, this is actually an easy and effortless tactic to use when we feel defensive. That is, whenever we are not taking the offensive side, that is not accepting our responsibility or the mistake we have done, and the opposite, the reactionary mode, is being defensive. And when we are defensive, we are actually wanting to get out of it as soon as possible. And this is something which is easy and effortless tactic to use when we are feeling defensive. So these are two of the reasons. There are many other reasons, but I have taken into consideration these two for this presentation. Moving on to the next slide, moving on the further descriptions of this topic, blame game. Who are blamers? If we categorize people, or if we understand who are the blamers, we are understanding this by 2 points here. There are many other points, but for this presentation, for this video, I am considering only 2. The first is who have desired to be perfect. A person who has a deep desire to be perfect, he is looking for something where if he has done mistake, which is not a trait which can be accomplished throughout the life, that being perfect. We cannot be perfect in this life. So whenever a person who is longing for being perfect in this so-called word of being perfect in each and everything he does, and whenever this involves someone else, and when there is a discrepancy or some conflict which involves that this person has done a mistake, who is thinking himself or herself as a perfect person, a perfect man or perfect woman, then this is the trait which is being showcased by a person who desired to be perfect, who desired to be so-called perfect. So this is one of the characteristic of that person who is playing the blame game. And the second one is if he is desiring to be perfect and when otherwise feeling unworthy, and if he is not feeling himself or herself as perfect, he is otherwise feeling that he is not loved, he is not worthy of living, or he is not worthy of that situation or that event or in that group or in that society, or he feel himself as a or herself as a total failure or a part of the failure. So whenever this feeling arises, that person wants to be perfect. And in this vicious circle, he is blaming others to get rid of that. So this is the psychology behind people who are blamers. Moving on to the next slide, I hope and I'm sure that when you are finding this presentation, the content of this topic useful, please do share your comments and also like and also share this video with others who will benefit out of it. And if I haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel. Moving on to the next slide. What are the harmful effects of blaming? That is, what harm does it make to someone who is in this game of blaming others? So the first is, whenever a person is blaming others, it is that he is giving this power of himself to others. And in this way, he is stalling, he is stagnating himself or herself in personal progress. That is the harmful benefit, the first benefit, the harmful effect of blaming. Then the second is the easy way to continue their behavior. And by doing this, they are continuing on the same path of blaming others whenever this happens over and over again. So they are not breaking that vicious circle, coming out, making a tangent out of it, and learning from that mistake, and then not blaming and taking the responsibility on themselves on whatever part they have played on that, in that context or in that event. So this is the second harmful effect, which is that they are continuing with their own behavior and not making any improvement in that mistake which they have done. And they continue it further if this event or this particular behavior repeats itself in future. Moving on to the next slide, coming to the solutions part. So these are the who are the blamers and what makes people believe that they have to blame others, and also the different psychological aspects what we have learned in this presentation. Now towards the end, we are looking towards the solutions to overcome the blame game. So we here have again two solutions, and for the presentation I have included only two, but there are many more. So the first is about changing the view as how we make mistakes. That is, whenever we make mistake, instead of pulling it and throwing out to the public or to the person or to someone else or circumstances, we need to analyze that how we view that mistake. Instead of that pattern, we need to change it and look in our own self, like what is my part that I had made a mistake and how I can improve on it. So when we change the perspective of how we view our own mistakes, we can identify and find a solution out of it, which is coming from your inside, from your inside. Then comes the second solution, which is stop reinforcing your unhelpful thinking pattern. That is, whenever you are stopping yourself by not speaking out what you have done as an unhelpful thinking pattern for yourself and describing it to others, thereby not doing this is not reinforcing this pattern over and over again on your unconscious mind. So as long as you are stopping this habit, this behavior of repeating, reinforcing onto your unconscious mind whatever you have done, this will make your life easy, and it will be helpful for you to view in a new perspective and then make changes, necessary changes for yourself. So this is about all this presentation on the psychology behind blaming. So what are the action plans you can take? The first action plan here, when it comes to improving yourself, is observe your own self when situation arises. Whenever you are in a situation where you are being accountable or you are being responsible for whatever you have done, think about it, that how I have done this and how I have not achieved what I wanted to achieve, or I had made a mistake. wherein you are not feeling guilt about it, but taking this responsibility to observe the situation and observe your part in it coolly and calmly. And when you do this, you will find that it is not a big deal to take responsibility and to improve yourself. By doing this, you are making yourself progress yourself towards improvement, towards self-achievement, and also towards self-satisfaction. And the second approach is that change your approach towards taking responsibility. Like whenever you do not find it easy or comfortable to take the responsibility, but once you take the approach of taking the responsibility which lies on yourself, then you will find that you are regaining your power and regaining your space in that context. And then when you are doing so, you're also finding that this is where the actual work action takes place, that you find yourself responsible. And once you find this responsibility, owing that responsibility, you will find that you are taking action. And to finish this, I want to just make this specific and beautiful characteristic which our prophets own for themselves. Take the example of Adam alayhi salam. When he has done something which was against the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he has prayed that he has done wrong and he has asked for forgiveness. It was not that someone to blame there, that Iblis is the one who has done that to make me to do this, whatever Adam alayhi salam has done. And the second example is of the prophet is Yunus alayhi salam, when he has done what he has done, and when he has this realization, he has taken the responsibility that for sure I have done wrong. So whenever when he has taken the responsibility, it is like that we are also, when we take the responsibility, we are moving towards progressing our life in a better, much better and a much responsible way. And by doing this, we are self-improving and making our life more and taking our life to the next level. So this is about this today's topic about self-improving through taking the responsibility and being accountable for whatever the behaviors or whatever the actions we are taking. So I hope that you have learned a lot about the psychology behind and through examples, and also the various aspects of this blame game. So if you have liked this video, I'm sure that you have you are liking this content. So please do share your comments and also like this video, and also share this video with your loved ones so that they also benefit out of it. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe, and inshallah I'll be back with yet another powerful video which will be helpful for you. So till then, jazakallahu khair for watching. Inshallah, till then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.